Hi everyone, welcome to the Use It Up or Dig It Out blog hop. My name is Marla with Mad About Cards and Crafts, and I'm going to show you 3 cards that I made using these Christine Adolph rub-ons from Prima. I'm going to be using 3 pieces of Nina Solar White 80-pound cardstock, this Tailored Expressions mask, and I will start with this first card. That is just a foam mat. I thought that it would be much better for me to use these rub-ons using that. I am getting 3 cards out of this piece, but actually there was a 4th card that I made a while back using this product a long while back, and so I knew that when it was a use it up or dig it out that I was going to use this product. I purchased this about 4 years ago, and the way that it works is there is a acrylic sheet on the back of it, and I removed that, and then this is kind of sticky, so all you do is put it over the area that you want to transfer to, and you run your bone folder over it, and look at the beautiful design that you get. So these are available at scrapbook.com, surprisingly enough, and they are only $4 each. So I got 4 cards using this product for $4, which I think is a great bargain, and I still have a couple of pieces left over from this one sheet. I do have other ones that I can use, and after seeing how quick and easy these cards were, I am certainly going to pull them out and do some more creating with them. So I am putting that piece of paper towel down just because I know that there's that little bit of overhang and I don't want to get it onto my foam mat. So I just cut that down using my Tim Holtz guillotine trimmer, and that will be my base for my second card. This third card, I'm going to take these 2 designs that were a nice square shape, and I'm going to rub those on, and I'm going to get a nice design from that. And so I will have 2 clean and simple cards, and then the first one is a little bit more busy, so I can't call it clean and simple. This is the ocean blue or blue ocean Deco Foil that I am putting over the top of this one. I did find that when I rubbed horizontally versus vertically, that it was much easier for me to get a better hold on the paper. I am just filling in some of the spots that did not transfer, and that was really easy to just use the what foil was left over on that sheet. Now I'm taking some gold foil and I'm going to cut it down again with that guillotine trimmer, and I'm going to lay it over the top of this, and then I'm going to do a little bit more of that rubbing, and I'm going to get a nice transfer. There's just a couple little spots on this that I'm going to clean up. So far, all of the card bases are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and again, it's all Nina Solar White 80-pound cardstock. My card bases, when I start putting my cards together, are going to be the Nina Solar 110-pound cardstock. So here's the last one. I'm just going to cut this teal or turquoise piece down, and then I'm going to rub that one. And the little bit of adhesive from the rub-on that I got onto my Tailored Expressions mask will come right off. It's just kind of like it's kind of like getting glue on there, so I was able to get that off pretty easily. And there's the teal one, and I'm just a couple of the edges were not as clean as I wanted them to be, so I came back in. And I do have those negative pieces that I can use on another project. So here are the Tim Holtz Wildflower Thinlits, and I'm going to be using the Greetery Sentiment Sweets Thinking of You for all 3 cards. I cut that out again on the Nina 80-pound cardstock, and I did cut a banner that you'll see that I will use for the sentiment. This is the Nordic frames, again from the Greetery, and I'm cutting a piece of fun foam down just a little bit smaller so that it doesn't show through those little holes, those little marks that that frame makes. So I cut that down. I'm going to let it sit for a moment. I'll cut a smaller piece out, and then I will glue it to my card base. These cards were super quick and easy, so if you're looking for an easy project that packs a punch, this was it. Like I said, I got 3 cards out of this, and it probably took me about 45 minutes start to finish with all the cutting and everything. I'm going to stamp this sentiment with not paper tray ink, but Stampin' Up's Lost Lagoon, which is a perfect match to the turquoise foil. And then I'm going to start gluing everything down. I'm just seeing where I want to place that, and I'll start gluing those wildflowers down, and then I will trim off any of the excess. So that is art glitter glue that I'm using with that fine tip, which I really like. It just doesn't show. You know, that's one of the things that I really like about that glue, is that I don't get a lot of residue, and I don't get glue marks if something over glues. So that's going to be my first card. I'm coming in with this second panel, and I have used those Cat Scrappiness cross stitch squares, and I cut them out. I lined 2 of them up together, and I took them over to my die cut machine and cut out a frame, and I'm just going to glue 3 layers together so that I get a nice solid piece of cardboard, basically, that's going to add just a little bit of dimension. I do stamp that sentiment out using VersaFine black onyx ink. I'm going to cut my card panel down to 4 by 5 1/4, and then I will adhere it down to my card base, which again is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, a standard A2 size top folding card. And this one is going to be a very clean and simple card. I really like this. And I don't know why. See how pretty that color is? And it shows as a navy. I couldn't get some of the pictures, I just couldn't get a really good I couldn't get a very good photograph of that color. It was showing up navy in some of them. The one that I show at the very end of the card by itself, that one will show up with that true ocean blue. It's a really pretty deco foil. Now this is some American Crafts foil paper, and I'm just going to cut a couple of strips, very small strips, to go on either side of that transfer, and I will cut them down with my tonic guillotine trimmer. And they're probably, I would guess, I think that they're about 1/4 inch. I am not a huge measurer, like I don't have to have everything perfect, and I know that probably drives some people crazy, but it's just the way that I craft. Some things I get as close as I possibly can and hope that, you know, it looks good when it's on the card. And typically I'm pretty good at eyeballing things, but sometimes, you know, it's a little bit off, and we just deal with that. I'm going to put some double-sided foam adhesive on the back of that panel, as well as cutting out the sentiment using the beautiful die from the Greetery. So my sentiment is going to say, "Have a beautiful day." I'm not going to use any dimension or layer those up. I'm just going to lay all 3 pieces flat to the panel. And I tried to line it up. I tried to use my Misty tools that I bought for it to line it up, to line things up. And I get it semi-straight, but I don't think that I get it perfect. But that, again, that's okay. So I'm going to lay this down. This is double-sided tape that I got on Amazon, and I really like it. It is a lot less expensive than the 3M. I have a love-hate relationship with that backing for that. Sometimes it likes to stick to my fingers. I get a little bit of static from that, and that drives me a little bit crazy. I had a little bit of overhang, and now I'm just going to put this panel onto my card base, and then I'll start building this card. So I'm going to come in with my Gonzai Tombi. I think it's called Starry Nights. It's the gold watercolor that comes in like a 6-pack, and I'm going to lay it into this box, which is where I do most of my spraying and stuff like that. What I didn't realize is that some of it was coming out of the box, and I got a little bit on the card that I did before then, and I was able to get most of it up, and you really can't see it. Here's where I come in with those tools and try to line things up using the grid on that glass mat, but it doesn't work 100%. But anyway, I got those nice beautiful splatters. I used 2 different colors of gold, and I wanted to use some gold Nuvo drops, and there was another mistake with that. I don't know what the issue was, but I took the nozzle off because it wasn't coming off, and I put it back on, and it still wasn't coming out, and I was squeezing the bottle, and the top came off. So the part that has the nozzle on it, it flew off. The gold went everywhere. It went on my clothes. It was, oh my goodness, there was a big blob on my desk. Needless to say, I ran upstairs, threw my clothes in the laundry, and went downstairs, cleaned up my mess, and all was well. But my goodness, I'm not finished with that card on the left. I wasn't happy with that single layer of the wildflowers, so I am going to come in and I'm going to add 2 more layers on top so that it gives it just a little bit more dimension, and I think it makes the flowers stand out just a little bit more from the background. I hope that you will follow along on the hop. There will be a link in the description box below for the next place for you to hop to. We have a lot of fabulous creators that are participating in this hop, some that you probably have not seen, so please support my fellow crafters. Click the link to the next person and hop along. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel and you came from another channel, I would love for you to subscribe. I appreciate you taking the time to stop by and watch my video. I hope you like the content that I provided. I have other videos that may interest you, so just take a look at my list and see if there are other things that you're interested in. I'm going to give you a final look of all 3 cards, then I'll show you a close-up of each individually. Thank you so much for participating in the hop and watching. I will see you soon. Have a great day.